Alright guys, welcome back to another Pokemon Go video on the channel, and today we are going over the massive news that Niantic updated the game yesterday and then retracted very fast. And we'll go into why this has been done, what their processes are, that kind of thing. But let's go into the situation. So remote raid passes had their text updated on the game to say, pass to join a raid battle remotely, you can join, and then in brackets 0, which I'm guessing will change, and then raids a day. So it looks like Niantic have decided to limit the amount of remote raids people are doing. I'll go over my opinions kind of near the end of the video. But it looks like they've been trying to do this for a while. Like they tried with the 80-meter circle around the character. They reduced it back to 40. The community went into an uproar, and luckily we got that one reinstated. I think this is something the community should back. And get this you can join zero raids gone, because raid passes were one of the main reasons why people came back to the game during lockdowns, because people removed the limitation of not having the community in their town or in their location, which stopped them from doing raids, which is why they left the game in the first place, because all the premium content needed the legendaries and they couldn't get them. They had to go 30 minutes into the city, get a train, you know, everything cost money, and having that kind of player base come back to the game was massive. And obviously the money side from the company, they should be backing anything that's doing good. They should back. We want this gone, personally, which I'll go into my reasons in a short while. But let's look at the bad reasons why this is a bad thing. So one thing is less raids a day. So if you're like me, my village, if you call it, hasn't got the community to go and do the raids in the gyms that are in my village. You need a lot of people to take down some of these megas, especially the legendary ones. And the people that play the game here, maybe 2 or 3, 4 people that play it consistently, and there's just not enough people. So remote raids is a way of me interacting not only on the channel, because I like to record my raids and go through what's happened to provide content for you guys, but it kind of reduces my quality of life of the game, because I can't then do some of the raids that I really want to, and I have to travel 30-40 minutes to get to a place where there's a community which can actually take these raids down. Another reason, a bad reason for this to be gone, is less interaction from global fan bases. So as a YouTuber, this kind of goes into my opinions as well, so it's kind of edging on both, but as a YouTuber that does Pokemon Go content quite frequently, having less interaction with fans that, you know, send you a friend request and then want to do raids to get into a video, to interact with you, to try and, you know, eventually when the campfire app comes out, they'll be able to message. It reduces that interaction, because if you can only interact with 3 raids a day, that's 15 people. Sounds like a lot, but if you are YouTubers like Mystic7, the Trainer Club, that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and there's only 15 people you can interact with a day, it's not going to be great. Obviously, if you're in person, you can do more. I don't think they're going to limit raids as a whole. I just think that they want more people to do in-person raids. So having that less interaction, especially from a content creator, isn't great. I will try and interact with anyone that joins the channel. I will message on comments, that kind of thing. And this is just another way that I do put my trainer code out there anyway. And if anyone wants to invite a friend request, I'll always accept it if I have the room. And I will potentially invite you to raid battles in the future. So it kind of reduces all that. So the last reason is for these players that are physically unable to go out to these raids and do certain parts of this game without help. This really removes your interaction from the game, especially if you are a person that primarily focuses on raiding and doing these 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, etc. Because they're reducing the amount of things you can do a day on the game, and that will most likely push a lot of that community away from this game. And I don't want to see that. When they took the 80 meter thing away, it impacted a lot of people because not everywhere is accessible to be within 40 meters. And it caused a lot of people problems. And I feel like this is going to do the same. Because not many people can go to every raid or every gym in their village. However, let's look at the good things about these remote raid passes and them being limited. Because there is some good side effects from this. So 1, more people are out of their houses and playing the game. Since lockdown, a lot of people have been more, housebound than normal. And I think, especially if you're a Pokemon Go player in the community, you want to be out and you want to be getting the latest event Pokemon. And this will encourage people to go out and do that. It will, because people want to do more raids. Which also adds more people to raid lobbies in person, which is always great because then you get to meet the community that's around you. Maybe there's a WhatsApp group that you're missing or something like that, or a Facebook group where you can all message and try and get into raids, etc. It does promote that kind of interaction, which is really good. Obviously then you join a different community and then it keeps rolling on from there, and then you meet someone else who's not in it, and you can gradually build your community that way. However, now this is the big downside to them doing this. The one thing this remote raid pass limitation does is promote spoofing. I will not give an opinion on spoofing because 99% of players have spoofed on Pokemon Go one way or another. I've done it in the past, not since I think 2018, but I have done it. When the game first came out, I was the first. I think it was on. Oh god, what's it called? It was on the Apple software, which you can just add a GPX file to. Or used to be able to. I haven't done it since 2018. And yeah, I'll happily admit that I have spoofed in the game before, not on my account, but it has been done before, and you know, it is people get shadow banned every day from it and banned from the game entirely. Now, by removing remote raid passes, which was stopping some of the spoofing because people couldn't get into raids, it promotes people to go and do this again. Which I wouldn't say I'm against, because it's your own. If you want to go and do that, that is your own risk. but I would also never promote it because you are risking your account every time you do it. So be warned that if you do spoof, Niantic has got a new policy in place, and it's not the 3 section bans that you were getting. It is now a total ban from day one. So that's what I've read up on anyway. Might be wrong, but I'm hoping that a lot of people just go out and play the game a lot more rather than going back to the spoofing era of Pokemon Go. So, my opinions on it from a personal point of view, it makes making content harder. So, I can't make a raid video from home, say, because the weather's bad, because I can only do 3 raids a day. I have limited my raids to 3 per video, but if I did want to start streaming it or doing like 5 raids per day, it does limit that content creation from my point of view. Big channels, like I've mentioned earlier, the interaction with the community they've built, because they can only do X amount of people from raid invites, it does limit that interaction. And then also, it will push a lot of people away from the game again that came back just because remote raid passes were introduced. And that means less people playing the game, which means it could potentially be like the Harry Potter game that got discontinued and things like that, because Niantic have seen, say, 20% of their player base just vanish. So, my opinion on it is it's a bad thing, and I think the community does need to push back on this. Because it's not, I don't think they will change it. I think they will put this through in their next update after the Hoenn event. And then us as a community should push back. And the higher people in YouTube, like all the content creators, need to push back on it because they have a higher influence on Niantic's interactions with their community. So if you do watch like big YouTubers as well as me, please put in their comments that this needs to be brought attention to them, and they will try and put it through in their monthly meetings. I think they have all 3 monthly meetings. And we can try and get this gone completely. Anyway, let's get into the good stuff for this week. We do have the Primal Rumblings event. Let me just get this on screen and I will be right back. Alright guys, and here is the infographic for the Primal Rumblings event. Now, the main thing you need to look at is this is only a 2-day event. So you need to push for these raids, especially with your 3 raid passes, if you want to get that Mega Latios and Mega Latias energy, or just get yourself a good Rayquaza. Then you might have to push your raid passes to whatever you prefer. So you're gonna have, say, 3 raid passes for overall. So if you wanted to do 1 Latios, 1 Latias, and 1 Rayquaza, you're most likely not going to get the Mega Energy you need to Mega Evolve one of these Pokemon. Now, my personal opinion, these Latias and Latios have been there before, so potentially you might have enough Mega Energy already, so you can focus on the Rayquaza and getting a shiny, because it hasn't been around for a while. I'm just going to go for at least 1 Mega of each, and then try and get a shiny Rayquaza and a 100. Not had a 100 from a raid for... I don't even think I've got one, actually. Oh no, I've got one. I've got Dialga. So I haven't had one for a long time, so a Rayquaza 100% would be pretty decent. The wild spawns for this event, obviously moving up towards the Hoenn Tour, it's going to be kind of the same encounters from the Hoenn Tour. So kind of stepping on that event quite a bit. But there are some really good reasons to do it. So like Mega Swampert, Mega Blaziken, Mega Sceptile, Mega Camerupt that will be coming out later on in their cycle of releasing Megas. There's a lot of good encounters here, and it's quite a low selection. So and Mega Absol, sorry. So you should be able to get a really decent Mudkip, to get a Swampert, to Mega Evolve. You should be able to improve your chances of getting a really good set of Hoenn Megas just out in the wild. They do have 2 times XP for evolving Pokemon. A Hoenn themed field research task. And also a collection challenge. Now, looking at the encounters, it looks like it's going to be a really big evolution collection. Like, get a Blaziken, Sceptile, Swampert, and then the two Pokemon, Cascoons, Evolution, Beautifly, and Dustox from Wurmple. There's going to be so many evolutions in this collection set, it's going to be unreal. Now, the move Breaking Swipe, it does not make it Rayquaza a better raid attacker, which is unfortunate because I thought it'd be really good. So the move Outrage is still up there as the best raid move for Rayquaza. However, if you do a lot of PvP, Breaking Swipe is the way to go. You will obviously be able to get to that move faster. It then stops people putting their shield up against Rayquaza a lot more because there's going to be so many attacks coming very fast. I'll be going for a really good Rayquaza with Breaking Swipe so I can use it for Giovanni encounters, that kind of thing, because getting them 2 shields out of the way for Giovanni is huge. So, that is what I will be doing. Let's see if they've introduced the field research yet and what it entails. So, let's have a look. Field research, here we go. Earn items to help you during the Hoenn tour. I'm guessing it's going to be Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls. I don't really know what else they could give you. Maybe a Rocket Pass. Some candy, actually, for Megas, or even Mega Energy. That would be really good. That is about it. It's because it's such a short event and there's not that much content. It will be it's not a skippable event for me because of obviously having Rayquaza return. Everyone loves shiny Rayquaza, especially the fact that it has a Mega coming forward. If you already have your Mega Latios and Latias and it's already maxed like mine, try and push yourself towards Rayquaza because that Mega, when it comes out, will break the game power-wise. Or it should, because Mega Rayquaza in the Pokemon games normally is in its own tier with... it's in the Uber tier, I think. And then above that is Zygarde 100%. You've got Mewtwo. Is it Mewtwo? No, I think it is Rayquaza because it's the only Mega that you can add an item to, which is outrageous. So yeah, try and get yourself a really good Rayquaza if you can. Obviously, same thing for Mega Latios and Latias. They are good Pokemon and will help you in the future, but they will probably be coming out again soon anyway. Not too soon, but they will be out again. So, it's up to you what you guys go for. I'll be going for a lot of Rayquazas. There will be videos on the channel for all of these anyway. So, remember, if you are going for the Megas, 8 people per raid. they're not easy to take down at all. The primals from the Hoenn event are even harder, so that will cause a bit of issue for some people. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Just wanted to say a big thank you for 100 subscribers recently, and we reached 20k views on the channel as well today, so thank you so much. Please leave a comment and like if you do enjoy this video, and subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you all in the next one.